Welcome to Gastrovision. You know, today we're going to tackle one of the absolute toughest dilemmas we face in endoscopic ultrasound.
All right, picture this. You're at the scope. You find a hypoechoic mass in the pancreatic head. And now you're hit with that fundamental question that every single one of us dreads. Is this pancreatic cancer? Or is it a mass-forming chronic pancreatitis?
Now look, the biopsy is going to help. Of course it is. But what if I told you that before you even pick up that needle, you could get a powerful clue to the diagnosis just by looking at its microvascular flow?
And that, my friends, is where detective flow imaging becomes an absolute game changer.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. First up, the problem itself. Look, trying to differentiate pancreatic adenocarcinoma from a pancreatitis mass, it's one of the toughest things we do. It's truly what keeps us up at night.
And here's the kicker. On our standard B-mode ultrasound, they can look almost identical. I mean, they're both usually hypoechoic. They both can have those irregular, ill-defined margins we worry about. They both can cause ductal obstruction, and from the patient's perspective, they show up with the exact same symptoms, like jaundice and weight loss.
And let me tell you, miss the cancer and you're looking at delayed treatment, worse survival. But on the flip side, mislabel pancreatitis as cancer, you could be sending a patient for a massive, unnecessary Whipple surgery. So yeah, we need every single tool we can get our hands on.
And that brings us right to this new tool, one that's really changing how we approach this at the scope. Let's talk about detective flow imaging, or DFI for short. So what exactly is it? Well, think of DFI as this incredibly advanced Doppler technique. It's been specifically engineered to pick up on that really slow, low-velocity microvascular flow. And here's the crucial part. It does all this without needing a single drop of contrast.
To really get why DFI is so powerful, you have to understand what's wrong with our traditional Doppler. You see, conventional Doppler sees all that slow-moving blood flow as just background noise or clutter. It just filters it right out, so it's completely blind to the microcirculation. DFI, though, it's different. It uses these really smart, advanced algorithms to quiet down that clutter, and instead, it preserves and even amplifies those tiny vessel signals, the signals that tell us the whole story. To put it really simply, DFI lets you literally see tumor angiogenesis happening in real time. You're watching the blood supply, or the lack of it, give away the diagnosis right in front of your eyes. And this, for me, is the beautiful part. You know, moving from being a good endoscopist to a great one is about understanding why our tools work. It's about getting down to the tissue level. So let's decode these vascular signatures.
Okay, if you remember one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this, just one sentence. Cancer destroys and compresses vessels. Inflammation, on the other hand, preserves and increases them. That's it. That is the entire concept. It's the whole reason DFI works.
So let's break that down. With pancreatic cancer, you've got that dense desmoplastic stroma, right? It's like concrete. It literally crushes and strangles the microvessels. The result? A hypovascular mass, a mass that's starved of blood flow. Now contrast that with chronic pancreatitis. The active inflammation actually preserves the blood vessels, sometimes even increases the flow, and that leads to a hypervascular mass. Okay, so this table really lays it all out for us, the key patterns we need to look for. With adenocarcinoma, you're going to see that the internal flow is either completely absent or just minimal. The vessel pattern, it's going to look irregular, chaotic. But here's the real tell. Look at the center of the lesion. It'll often be totally avascular, just black. Now flip over to chronic pancreatitis. You're expecting to see rich, abundant flow inside the mass, with a nice, organized branching pattern that goes right through the center. So you see, the final DFI diagnosis really just boils down to one question. Is it hypovascular or is it hypervascular?
It's simple. Hypovascular? Think malignancy. Hypervascular? You should be leaning towards inflammation.
All right, that's the theory. That's the why. Now let's get practical. How do we actually put DFI into our day-to-day diagnostic workflow?
Of course, we need to talk numbers, right? We're all about evidence-based practice, and the data here is pretty compelling. Studies are showing DFI has a really high sensitivity. We're talking around 95%. And the specificity and accuracy are excellent too, hovering around 90 to 92%. That super high sensitivity is key. It tells us this is an outstanding tool for raising our suspicion. So here's how I recommend putting it all together in a systematic way. Step 1. Start with your standard B-mode assessment, just like always. Evaluate all the mass characteristics. Then, step 2, turn on DFI, and you ask that one simple question: is it hypovascular or hypervascular? Step 3, if you have other tools available like elastography or even contrast-enhanced EUS, now's the time to use them to layer on more data. And then finally, step 4, and this is non-negotiable. You always get tissue. The final confirmation comes from that EUS FNA or FNB.
And that right there brings us to the golden rule, the absolute bottom line. DFI guides your suspicion, but it is the biopsy that confirms your diagnosis. Let me say that again. Never, ever, ever skip tissue sampling just based on imaging. Not for this.
All right, let's lock in these key take-home messages one last time. Number 1, DFI lets us see microvascular flow without any contrast. Number 2, the classic signature for pancreatic cancer on DFI is hypovascular. Number 3, the signature for chronic pancreatitis is hypervascular. Number 4, this makes DFI a massive step up from conventional Doppler. And number 5, the most important point of all, always confirm with tissue. Remember the mantra: DFI guides, the biopsy decides.
You know, when you really think about it, in EUS, the vascularity of a lesion is telling the story of its own biology. And detective flow imaging, well, it just helps you read that story.
Hey, if this explainer has given you a new tool for your diagnostic workflow or just clarified a tricky concept, do me a favor and show your support by liking and subscribing to Gastrovision. Our whole goal here is to break down these complex EUS concepts into real, practical skills you can use at the scope tomorrow. Until next time, keep advancing your practice.